Okay, so we're looking at SS Features here. So SS Features is a third-party application. It's a Chrome extension, and Nathan, the guy who has developed this, he was speaking with Smartsheet customers. He knew that there were some more usability aspects of Smartsheet that could be improved to give particularly a power user for Smartsheet a better experience. And so he built an extension, solved the problems. It's an ongoing development for Nathan. He has done a really good job of releasing a lot of features over a fairly short period of time, and he continues to do that. So SS Features, once the Chrome extension's installed, you will notice there'll be an SS Features menu in Sheets and Reports. There's nothing in Dashboards. And the functionality is similar but different between Sheets and Reports. Now, there is a lot of features, and I really want to just focus today on the ones that are probably going to be of most interest to most Smartsheet power users. So for example, finding column IDs for developers is really helpful, but that's a real niche use case. So these are the sorts of features that I'm going to gloss over today. Okay, so we're in a sheet here, and we're looking in the sheet. There's a lot of columns, and so the first feature that is like really, really cool is when you want to unhide one of the hidden columns today, you've only got one option, unhide all columns, and that will unhide everything. And so that's really hard to then unwind. And you have to put all these other conventions in place, like the columns that you often want to hide and unhide, you have to move them to a different part of the sheet, and that's annoying. And so with SS Features, what you can do is you can see on the menu, it adds extra items here. So anything that's got that little symbol, that's an SS Features add-on. And so in here, you can come in and see which columns have been hidden and unhide them just through here. So if it's just the PO number column that I need, I can unhide it. It's immediately unhidden. I don't have to save or anything, and I can navigate straight to it. So huge time saver for big and complicated sheets. The other thing you can do is say the column, it's unhidden, but you just can't find it because there's too many columns in the sheet. You've also got this great little tool here to search and then navigate straight to columns in the sheet. Big time saver. Another time saver is you, as a Smartsheet power user, you might have put a lot of effort into building, say, some really sophisticated conditional formatting rules, and then you're left with the problem of, well, how do I get all those rules over into my other sheets? And there was in Smartsheet, there's no good answer to that. So you can see those buttons that were highlighted. These buttons are added to Smartsheet by SS Features, and it allows you to copy these rules and paste the rules into other sheets. And so long as all the columns are called the same thing, that just goes in there. It's just click, click, and it's done. So yeah, huge time saver. Now, the other thing that you can do is if you've got a sheet that you've built out maybe you've added some extra columns to collect information that is newly required in the business, but you've got 20 other sheets that need the same change, you do have the option of copying columns with SS Features. So you can copy a whole bunch of columns, go to another sheet and paste those columns in, and it all carries over. So yeah, another really good time saver, particularly for customers that don't have Control Center for the sheets that they're working on. So even customers that have Control Center for Smartsheet, that will be for the project files. But if they've got some other projects they're working on that are outside of Control Center, there's no global update options available. And this effectively gives you some lightweight global update options. And then finally, the one I wanted to show within Sheets is sheet stats. So normally a sheet fills, and the first time you find out that the sheet was full is when it's filled and it's broken and you get an error message from Smartsheet. So what Sheet Stats allows you to do is come in and see across all the different limits that exist, rows, columns, and total cells, cross-sheet references, you can see them all there. It will let you know how close to that limit you are. And even better, there are alert settings. So if any of those reach 80%, when you open the sheet, SS features will give you a warning saying, hey, did you realize you're almost run out of rows here, or you've almost run out of cross-sheet references? And obviously that can be disabled, so it's not a nagging thing, but super good for business continuity because you find out about things more proactively and avoid users losing functionality. Out of everything there, for power users, those features that you just could never come back from, once you've got a taste for having that capability, you just could never go back. Going to columns, doing that selective unhiding, and getting those sheet stats warnings, they're just absolutely critical. And it's why I'd recommend any Smartsheet power user to be getting on board with that. The other side of it is projects. So I'll have a look here. Sorry, I said projects, I meant reports. So in reports, there's a whole bunch of report-specific features that exist that are really useful to save time navigating around, and I'll just go through some of those. So the first one, and this is a very early feature and it's a real killer feature, is a grouped report like this. In Smartsheet normally, it can't be exported or printed to look that way. So what you'd instead get is, and all customers that have been using Smartsheet for a while would have experienced this, is this kind of exports out as a flat table. You don't get the headings. You just get really the raw data. But with SSF, you can export these out of that menu, and you get a very familiar experience. This is very similar to the Smartsheet export option, but the actual document that gets produced is much more closer to what it looks like on the screen. So you can see here, you've actually got your summary stats, you've got your headings in here, and yeah, that's a big step forward from what would be offered out of the box. I'll just see if I can quickly export it as a PDF using, this is the Smartsheet export, just to show you the comparison. Here we go. Yeah, I think there was a few options I could have played around with to make that a bit better, but you can see there's no summary stats, there's no headings shown in here. So it's a big step forward with SS features. Okay, and then the other feature that's really cool is this report has, as you can see, a lot of sheets behind it, filling it up with data. And what you can do here is look at those sheets and get information about the sheet itself. So if I want to jump into the folder that one of those source sheets lives in, I can do that. And if I want to jump into the sheet itself, I can do that too. And look at this cool feature. So I am now navigating around in the sheet, but I've still got this navigation window available so that I can go through and say, no, that's actually not the sheet I want. Let's have a look at another one. And I can like go on to other sheets and have a look at them. So yeah, really kind of clever feature to that looks at what's typically done when a Smartsheet admin is in a report, maybe doing some troubleshooting or trying to improve the functionality say, for example, you wanted to improve some conditional formatting, you can just really quickly get into the sheet and then start working on conditional formatting in the sheet to get the report to look better. There's a lot more features than what I've gone through here, just in the kind of the interest of just focusing what are the most popular features. What I've covered is, for a power user of Smartsheet, is more than enough to justify the quite low cost of SS features. Particularly, being able to pump out those PDF reports with a properly structured formatting. That alone, for a lot of people, and even end users, not just power users, that's a really great feature. But there are a lot of other features. We've only really scratched the surface on this video. There's a lot of other features that are going to be important for different use cases, and it's really just a matter of getting in, trialing it out. We're able to provide trial accounts for SS features to whoever needs it, and then the rest of the features can be explored and learned about.